1 o'clock on a Saturday. Regular crowd shuffles in. What's going on? Crypto, Tonk, how you doing, man? I was just on
What's
TD's
up, fellas?
channel. I was chopping it up with the Blitz pickup and TD, and we were talking about the state of the franchise. We're gonna be today. We're gonna be looking into the quarterback room, not just the starting quarterback, but the room in entirety. We're gonna go. We'll probably just do the AFC because it's a big scope. You know what I'm saying? And then next week we could do the NFC room, quarterback room,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then we'll go from there. But man, we got a good show for you tonight, as always. You never know who might be stopping in. And I just hope it's not True Talk.
We welcome all the owls.
Yeah.
We welcome all the late night owls.
Yes. If it is,
Someone's
I
about
got
to
this for
start.
you.
Someone's about to start the graveyard shift.
I got this for you if it is him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So sit back, relax, get your favorite drink. We about to go live. Yeah. See you in a minute.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Yo,
So what's going on, guys? How you doing? First and foremost, let me say, go
Other than
Gators!
paradise.
Go Gators, baby! We are in the
National championship, baby. We
I don't know
running
about
it
none
back,
of that.
and we finally don't have to play UConn.
and we don't have to play Duke this year.
Ooh, burn! No, that was a good game.
Life seems to be good for Gators fans, son. My question would be who is slated to go in the NBA top of the NBA draft from this bunch?
Cooper Flag.
No, I said a Gator. He's not a Gator.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know that much about these
championship team.
I'm a Bob. What's up, Bob?
Yeah.
Hey, Duke Tomlinson, the latest in menswear. What's up, Duke Tomlinson? Nightmare 74. Yeah. I tell you what, Nightmare is primarily maybe the top 5 reason why people have insomnia. What's going on?
He's got
Crazy
the popcorn
Dolphin.
out.
And my
Mr.
man, Daniel Berry Sports. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Yeah.
What's up, Crazy Dolphin?
And listen,
I've seen you on other shows.
Yeah, Mr. Polk.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what that is.
So isn't there another one that
It's
has
New Jersey.
like
What's up,
Dolphin?
New Jersey?
Wasn't there a name on here before that said Dolphin?
Oh, you're talking about EM.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, he probably stopped. He probably stopped through. He has insomnia from time to time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Y'all got insomnia. I got just haven't gone to bed yet.
There's New Jersey. What's up, man?
Night.
Armstead retired, which I thought I already knew that was coming. Let's be real. I already knew that.
Well, I like to take a victory lap because I said he should have been retired and been out the door. So kudos to Armstead. He's early candidate for Man of the Year for doing what he should have done. Exiting stage left. Helping us speed up our rebuilding process. His presence hindered it. So now that he's out the way, he speeds up our rebuilding.
Who was on? What position did he play?
Guard, tackle. I mean, tackle, man. You got me mixing. Yeah, tackle. He was a tackle.
So that was
Armstead. He's out of here. Got him up out of here. No, offense.
Yeah, okay. So offensive line.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
That's a good. He retired. Now we can bottom out and get a new player in 2026. There you go. I love it.
Hey, I am a Bob.
He took a pay cut, and then now he just said, "Okay, nope, I'm retired."
He wasn't a good player.
Yeah, he was good, but he wasn't reliable.
And by the way, I just want y'all to know, if people come with this, hold on, let me put my camera back on. If people come with this notion saying that he retired because he no longer wants to be on the Dolphins, guess what? If he unretires, the Dolphins still have his rights. So they might as well just have cut him. So he's still going to be a Dolphin so at the end of the day, if another team wants his services, he still has to get they have to compensate the Miami Dolphins. So I just want to put that out there.
Bing bang boom.
Yeah, because people, like your buddy, Tonk's buddy, True Talk.
Yeah.
Right.
Where did that come from?
Like he was saying that Shaq Barrett retired because he didn't want to play with Tua, but guess what? We still owned his rights.
Right.
Shaq Barrett played for UCF, right? Or then he went to the Seattle?
No, he went to Tampa. He went first. He went to Tampa, and then he came to Miami.
Yeah.
So what's going on, Jake?
He didn't play for UCF.
What's happening, Mr. Polk?
What's up, Tom?
What's up?
There's a tow truck parked in the middle of the street. He needs to get out of my way.
He's working.
Hey, I am a Bob. If I drop the link,
he's up to no good. All tow trucks are up to no good, not unless they get me in the time of need.
Craig Sebring, what's up? Game Boy 305. Hey, how about time? Hey, this alive.
Oh, he thinks it's recorded.
Nah, this ain't pre-recorded.
Yeah, we're pre-recorded.
Yeah.
This is
Green
a
Dog,
recorded.
Make sure you say it a lot.
How
Make sure you
about
say it a
Tyler
lot.
Hero, baby? How about Tyler Hero, Game Boy 305? That's the man. My dog says he's been drinking. I actually know this dude.
Hey, who was the player? Hold on,
He's a
Shaq
good
Barrett.
dude. I like him.
You know who I was thinking of? The player that would played at UCF and he had one arm, or he had one hand.
Yeah, his name was Shaq too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was. He had the one arm.
I'm pretty sure
He was played with the Ravens for one. I
Well,
think.
because he played
What's
for
that?
Seattle.
Seahawks. No, Seahawks. Yeah, Seahawks.
Yeah, and he was on the side of the building. Like they had Russell Wilson.
Because he had a brother. Yeah, he had a twin brother.
Yeah,
that played.
yeah. That's who I thought we were talking about.
Yeah.
I can't hear you, Shake.
Yeah, no, his name was Shaquille. Shaquille. I thought not Shaq, but you know that's Shaq's real name, Shaquille. That's why.
Yeah, I
thought
know.
it was Shaq.
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal. You talking about the basketball player?
Yeah. Shaq Griffin.
It was Griffin?
Okay, New Jersey. That's his name, Shaq Griffin. That was the dude with the missing hand.
Yeah.
But he only played. He didn't even make training. I don't think he even made the preseason.
Who?
Shaquille Griffin. Shaq Griffin, whatever.
Is he still in the
for
league?
us? No, he played games with the Seahawks.
I'm saying though, when he came to the Dolphins, he didn't. He played. Remember, he signed for the under Brian Flores' last year. He didn't even make. He didn't even make the preseason.
Oh, okay.
He didn't make a
So
team.
who's Shaq Barrett?
I thought.
Oh, okay.
Shaq Barrett was an outside linebacker, who edge rusher, who played with Tampa,
Buccaneers.
and then he came to us. What happened was he lost his daughter, right? Tragically lost his daughter, and he contemplated retirement. And then we signed him to replace Van Ginkel, and then right after training camp, I don't know if it was after training camp or preseason, he says he called it quits. So,
But didn't he recently was offered to play with another team?
well, he came back. He wanted to play for Miami, but Chris Greer said, "No, you good. You could go somewhere else."
Okay.
So
I thought some other team was trying to get him to come out of retirement.
by the way, I think the Dolphins are making it are doing a better job this year of tanking because it's not so obvious. 2019, it was like blatant and obvious. This year, they're doing it under the radar.
That's crazy. All of y'all.
Stay in stealth mode.
Everyone on the team.
Shout out to my man Flavor J in the building. What's up, Flavor J? Haven't seen you in a while, but good to see you, bro.
You and Ollie been saying that. I think Cap said it too.
What's that, Flavor J?
That they're tanking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look at what they've done.
Is that why? Who was saying that the other night that who was saying that Tua got betrayed by the team? Who the hell was saying that?
No, it's Pete.
That was
Pete saying that.
Yeah. The human.
So
do
y'all agree? Do y'all agree?
No.
I don't agree.
I call Pete the cerebral assassin.
Listen. This is what Pete. This is what Pete is. Essentially, this is what Pete does. Okay, is trying to do with Tua. It's like, all right, me and Crypto, right? We walk by this dude that's 7'5", 300 pounds, right? He bumps Crypto, and I go to Crypto. Hey, you gonna let him bump you like that, right?
Jump ass.
Go ahead, man. Well, go ahead, man. Give him a piece of your mind. You don't, man. If I was you, I wouldn't let him bump me like that. Knowing damn well I would let him bump me like that. But you know, he go out to fight the dude, and you know what happens when you fight a 7'5", guy. you know, and that's pretty much what he wants to do. He's trying like, oh no, Tua. I think he's trying to use reverse psychology. Like he's on Tua's side, but really he wants him to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, that's what I call. That's what I
I
call.
mean, they got a lot of money wrapped up into us, so
Right.
they got it. They got to be. They have to do it this way. I think.
Yeah.
And plus,
Yeah,
and
he
plus,
definitely
I mean,
he's
plus,
playing
look, I mean,
that's mental gymnastics, Shake. That's basically what he's doing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pete's doing mental gymnastics.
but
What
I
he's doing.
think, I mean, I
That's
don't know.
what I call it.
I think it should inspire him to try to do better. And
Look,
compete
at the end of
against
the day,
Zach
look
Wilson.
again. Do I think that Zach Wilson is a bust or a terrible QB? But no, but I'm looking at this. This is like another Josh Rosen. You know,
The jury's still out. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
And
definitely.
Tom Pete he has how should I put it?
my brother
He has
Raphael
his own
Coonray,
way
what's up, Rap?
of doing his show that which is controversy, but that's what he feeds off of. That's why I call him
Yeah.
the
Okay.
cerebral
Okay.
assassin. He'll say things that have you scratching your head.
I get what you're saying.
But he's a good person though. I mean,
No.
yeah.
Pete is he's got a heart of gold.
Yeah, no, I don't. I just look. So like, I don't know people, so I take what they say. I take it as face value, and I don't. So if someone tells me something,
Yeah.
I'm gonna believe them. And that, growing up, that made me very gullible. So I had to learn about how to go about life. But that's why I ask what y'all really think about
You
that.
have to be
Because
you
I
have
don't
to learn
know.
how to be a skeptic.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, like I said, I take what people say, I take what people do at face value. Like, that's what you're saying to me right now. So
It's just like me. Take me for instance. I've seen for years through Crypto's facade about him hating Devontae Parker.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, okay. That's cap. Yeah, okay.
I knew deep down you were a Devontae Parker fan. As a matter of fact, you went all the way to freaking New England to see him play. Come on now.
Yeah, okay.
Crypto
He just so happened to be on the roster at the time.
Shout out to Joe Riss. What's up, Joe Riss?
Yo, what's up, Joe?
Yeah. Retarded is as retarded does, I reckon.
Yeah, shout out to Joe Riss.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
So maybe, I don't know. I don't want to say it's tanking. I think that they're just looking past one season. They're like a year away from being a year away.
Okay, well we can use this word.
Okay.
Let's say
He
we're
says,
doing
is
a
he
soft
retired?
tank.
Is he retired? Not retarded.
Retired, not retarded. Okay.
We thought
that makes more sense.
Didn't think that was a typo.
I thought he meant is he retired by retiring?
No, I thought the same thing too.
My bad.
But Tunk, let's say it this way: we're doing
glad he didn't have to pay another $2 to say to do the fucking asterisk.
So Tunk, let's say like this: we're doing a soft or a vanilla tank.
Yeah. Okay. I don't look at it as the tank. I think they're looking at it as like the next couple seasons. I mean, that's how a team should look. If you're not going to try to if we weren't going to go the Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams route, then no, we should go like the next 2-year route. Let Tua phase in or phase out. Either he's going to work or he's not.
Well, okay. I am a Bob. See, here's Shaq Barrett on. Then he's on this December 24, he signed with Tampa Bay. So here's what happened, Bob. He wanted to come back to the Miami Dolphins. Chris Greer said no thanks. So he cut him. So we still had his rights. So we cut him, and then he could go to another team. if Chris Greer did him a favor and cut him, if he didn't want to, just because he retired, when you retire with the team that you're under contract, you're still under contract. So, like, remember Gronkowski? Gronkowski retired with the Patriots.
Yeah.
He took a year off, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers gave New England a sixth round or seventh round pick to get Gronkowski's rights. So because when you retire on with the team that you sign with, you still belong to that team until that team cuts you.
No, they didn't. Tampa Bay sent those picks over to New England.
There you heard it, people, live.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they didn't cut him. As a matter of fact, Shaq Barrett said himself that he wanted to come back to Miami, and Chris Greer said, no thanks, but no thanks, and cut him.
So where is he now?
Well, he was with his last team was with Tampa. He went back to Tampa. But he belonged to Miami until Chris Greer cut him in December because he wanted to come back. Craig Sebring with the $5 dono.
Thank you.
That's fine. We do a soft tank, but will stuff allow that? I don't know.
What the hell does he care? Tell him to take his fucking what is it called? A gondola. Tell him to take his gondola to the tennis courts.
You say gondola?
Yeah, don't they have one going? Don't they have one at the stadium? That's like the thing that's on a metal wire, like a little pod that goes on a wire.
I agree, man. Like I said, Shaq.
No, the gondolas is what they got in Venice, Italy.
Yeah, but they also the ones that I take out here in the mountains, they're called gondolas.
They call them gondolas too.
Yeah. That's what when I first heard it out
here.
I'm
It's just a boat that goes through canals in Venice.
Correct. No, you're right. That's what I said when I first moved out here. I'm like, what are you talking about, gondolas? And it's so the thing that, like, when I took my grandpa to Crystal Mountain, we took a gondola up to the top of the mountain.
Oh, yeah. I know. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
And don't they have one of those at the Dolphin Stadium? Who was saying that the other night that they have one?
Not that I know of.
You know what's funny is I work in the liquor store.
That might have been true.
Yeah.
I work for a liquor store, and what the liquor stores call shelves, they call those gondolas. Oh, we got to move these gondolas. They don't say we got to move these shelves. We got to move these gondolas.
That's true.
Yeah, it's got a lot of different meanings. Gondola. We just found out tonight that gondola got like a million different meanings.
Yeah, the boat you see in the waters in Italy, and then the ones that you ride between I guess two mountains or two big hills or whatever.
Yeah.
There you go. A gondola is also shelving at stores. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Joe was confirmed with.
Hold on a second. I work for Publix. I never heard anybody ever say the word gondola.
No, trust me. I work for, like I said, the stores I work for. They specifically call them gondolas. They don't call them shelves.
What?
They call them gondolas.
Man, we got some fucking. What's that shit that like you think you see it different than how it used to be?
The shelf. So all the store shelves are gondolas.
No, I ain't never heard of that in my life. I ain't never heard someone call that a gondola.
By the way, Fins, New Jersey, gondola is the most versatile vehicle conquering both air and water.
No, that's that 6-wheel thing that Kanye West has. My neighbor, when I used to live in Lake Worth,
I'm going with the Finnish translation.
He's about to put on a fucking red and fucking white striped shirt, fucking take a picture.
Hey, listen. Today, if we don't learn anything today, at least we know what gondola is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we
You learn
Yeah.
choose which one. Choose what the
That's one
fuck?
thing about the show. We would always come up with the word of the day, kind of like the Pee Wee
Gondola.
Herman's word. The Cherry say you say the magic word, you still scream loud. Ah!
Gondola.
Yeah. So
That's the
that's
magic
the
word.
word of the day.
No,
Damn.
and then we'll do the fucking Alex Jones version. Be like gondola. I'm going to Las
And,
Vegas
and shake it
to fight against the
shake
globalists.
crypto. It needs to be a test on that in about a couple weeks.
Yeah, Mr. Pope.
It needs to be a test. What
I'm
are the
going to
three
Las
Hey,
Vegas.
definitions
hey,
of
you know
gondola?
what? Another word, another one. Hey, man, listen. Gondola sounds like that ugly girl that you gotta take one for the team. Hey, man, listen. Somebody's gotta fuck with Gondola, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I know. Yeah, that is the ugly
If
girl. You
nobody
take one
takes
for the team.
Gondola, we can't get none of the girls.
That's
Who's
true.
got Gondola tonight?
That's
Well,
true.
y'all crazy.
Damn, man.
Damn.
Poor gondola.
Damn, man,
He's
nobody
such a
wants to
nice
get with
woman.
Gondola. Come on, man. She's got
No
nice
one wants to get.
personality.
Nobody wants to date Gondola.
Gondola, get your ass down from there.
Y'all tripping.
Yeah, that does sound like that. That sound like that could be the person.
It
You
also
seen
could
that
be a.
Gondola?
It could be. It
No,
also
man,
could be a
Gondola gave
monster.
me gonorrhea.
You're right, Mr. Polk. It could be a monster.
It could be a monster that fought Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Gondola? Yeah.
Yep.
It could be a Godzilla
Yeah.
monster.
A monster that fought Godzilla. Yep. They're
Yeah.
just tearing up the streets of Tokyo right now.
Just
Gondola
fucking
and Godzilla.
just
All right,
fucking shut
that
up.
that's number 5 with Godzilla. That's number
Oh
5,
man.
and we're gonna have a test on this.
Actually, Gondola is the latest sexually transmitted disease.
No, we don't need to go there. I knew
No,
where y'all were
no,
gonna
I
go.
got
I knew
listen,
it
I
was
got
gonna go that
gonorrhea from
direction.
Gondola. That's who gave me the gonorrhea was Gondola.
She's like what's his name? Lou Gehrig. She's like the new Lou Gehrig.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness.
By the way, remember, hey, this is our quarterback, baby.
Yeah, and he's wearing a
Yep,
gondola.
See,
that's it.
that's what
He
you
wasn't
and
He's
I
wearing
have
a
to wear.
gondola.
He's wearing a gondola.
If he doesn't want Zach
You're
Wilson,
right, Mr. Polk. He's wearing a gondola. He's wearing a
if he,
gondola.
yeah, the
That's number
gondola
6.
helmet. The
That's the new
gondola
helmet.
helmet.
Number 6.
The
Hey,
gondola
right.
helmet.
One of y'all need to be
Yes,
writing
number
this down
6.
now, so we can have
Yeah,
a
I know.
test.
That's number
And it's
6.
in-
That's the
That's
number
number
6
6.
definition.
It's
Tua is
in
wearing a gondola.
yeah, and it's in gondola black.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Gondola is the color of
Y'all killing it. Y'all killing it.
it.
Oh man.
All right,
Damn.
so we on number 6 so far.
Yeah.
That bitch is shade all on its own.
The shade, yep. Yep. We got the versions.
He's from the mountains of gondola.
47 shades of gondola.
He's from the gondola. He's from
Tua
the
went head first
gondola's
into the
mountain.
shelves.
At first into the show.
Raphael. What's up, Raphael?
Damn. Tua went head first into the gondolas.
Yes.
Oh, good.
With the gondola.
Damn. Shit. Damn. See, there's multiple uses of words. That's the beautiful thing about the English language.
That's the beautiful thing about T.F.T.G.
English language is probably the only language
And-
on the planet where you could just create things at a whole cloth.
And
got
what
me
is
fired
it?
up. Hell
What
yeah.
was it called? The fins? No, hold on. What was it? Finfo? Finfo
Finfo
Wars
Wars.
Edition.
hmm I don't know if it's well. I'm not a linguist. I don't know if it's practical in any language other than
What?
English.
What?
So
Gondola?
here's the thing. I listen.
No, that you could just make up. You could create definitions out of whole cloth from any word.
Hey, by the
I
way,
think you have like specific strict rules in other languages, so you can't do that with.
What?
I saw
What are you
this.
talking about? Rules? What the fuck? There ain't no rules in languages except if you speak that language. You can't. You can't. All right, listen to this. Listen to this. Hold on a second. I used to work for a Muslim family, and I'd be in the car with them, and they'd be speaking Arabic, and then they would say swimming pool, and then they start speaking Arabic again. Okay, so English is not going to tell.
Well, the Spanish speakers
English-
does that too.
English is not going to tell.
They speak
Farsi
English every other
or
word or
Arabic
phrase.
that they can't use the word swimming pool because of their rules.
No, because maybe swimming pool is Arabic.
No, she was because they don't have a word for swimming pool. That's why she was saying it like that.
Did she tell you they didn't have a word for swimming pool?
Yeah, I asked her.
Well, it's like look, it's like with Hispanic people, right?
Yeah,
Well, then that's the rule. Then innately that's the rule. You use the actual word. You create the word that somebody else is already using to describe something. Then that's maybe a part of the rule.
Like with Hispanic people, one thing I learned about Hispanic people, and this is Dominican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, all it's universal with Hispanic people. Doesn't matter if it's Fruity Pebbles, honeycombs, Frosted Flakes, it's all cornflakes. Tu quieres cornflake? Tu quieres cornflake? It's all cornflakes.
It's no variety within the actual what it is.
It's everything. It doesn't matter. It's fruity, whether it's Fruity Pebbles,
it's still right, or Cocoa Puffs.
What it is, it's still cornflakes.
It's still considered a cornflake. Well, technically, scientifically they would be right. If it's made out of corn and it's technically they're right.
Raphael, he gets it. He knows what I'm talking about.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but hold on. I understand too, man. I grew up in Lake Worth, so I was around all sorts of different.
But we gave it its variety.
Yeah, Finn's NJ said he knows about it too.
You know, and name them and give it certain.
I'm gonna give you another example. The same thing with and again, this is universal with all Hispanics. Gum, all right. It doesn't matter what gum it is. They say chiclets. Chiclets gum. You ever heard of chiclets gum?
Yeah, you right on
Every
that.
gum is chiclets.
You said gum is chiclets.
Shake that was one of the first words I learned was chiclet.
Listen to this, right?
Chiclet.
And no, he and Shake is right on that. Whatever kind of gum you come across is called chiclet.
Look, this is this.
He's right.
I love. This is what I love.
So no Wrigley's, no spearmint, no double mint.
It's chiclet.
It's
the
all
real
called
term
chiclet.
for instance, the real term for cereal is cereal, and the real term for
but that's
gum,
more of like.
And the real term for gum is pasta de masticar, but you don't want to say all that shit for gum. You say chicle.
Mm-hmm.
But what's funny is you don't see that. That's more.
How do they derive the word shake? What did it come from?
Chiclets.
Just
the name of gum.
I'm just saying
gum.
But you're saying you don't want to say another longer word version. What is? How do they get to that abbreviation?
I'm saying
if I'm learning it.
Like I said, chiclets that's the first one that chiclets.
That was like the first gum.
Oh, that was the name of the first ever gum to describe what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, because I will be all the hell confused if I'm trying to figure out what word comes from certain words. Because in English you have root words and you have one words.
We have a lot of our root words are all from different. They're all like some are Latin.
Figure out what it is.
Egyptian.
Yeah, cause mosquitoes,
and they come up with them.
They come out in Spanish, it's almost spelled the same.
Oh, the word mosquito.
If I'm not mistaken.
Now what about mesquite?
I can't tell.
Yeah, I know
Uh,
some of these words like have like they have the word is in it, but it doesn't remotely mean anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
right, because mesquite is from a tree versus mosquito is a freaking insect. Mesquite is like a bark form or something, like come out of a tree.
Yeah.
It's what
Versus
my
mosquito.
Honey mesquite, whatever.
it's what my fucking potato chips taste like.
Well, yeah, it's because it came out of the flavor from the wood. That's why. That's
But
why you get flavor.
anyway, let's get check this out.
There you go.
Yeah, I seen this earlier today, and it kind of made me sad. Teams
What
that
was
haven't
that?
won a playoff game in the last
Ooh.
decade: Jets, Bears, right, Raiders, and the Dolphins. We're in good company.
Yeah, we
Listen,
are good.
real quick, out of those four teams, who do you think is gonna break that losing streak? I'm gonna say the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears.
The Bears right now.
The Bears.
The
Yeah,
Bears.
definitely.
Yeah, because look like they building they line up to
I'm gonna say the
help
Bears.
Caleb Williams.
If the Raiders, that's just the freaking
The
AFC
Raiders,
West
Jets,
is so
Dolphins, in that
difficult.
order.
Mhm.
I'm going Bears, Raiders, Jets, Dolphins.
Yeah.
I am a Bob says Raiders.
Yeah,
New
definitely
Jersey
that
says
order.
The Raiders.
Okay, a lot of people think the Raiders could be. I mean, I could see. That's why I say Bears, Raiders,
And what's
then Jets
funny
and
is
Dolphins.
that graph is.
Hey,
But
Rafael
what's
Cortez
funny
says
is that
Dolphins
graph is
Dolphins
funny.
after two retires.
It looks like whoever made that graph agreed with us that's who would make it first, and then Raiders, and then Jets, and then Dolphins.
Damn.
Because that's how you would read it.
The what? Say that again.
Just got
Who's
Geno.
that?
So
Yeah, they got Geno Smith.
Well, one thing about
Yeah,
the
they got
Raiders,
Geno.
listen. One thing about the Raiders, they got Pete Carroll. They do got
Yeah.
a proven coach.
Yeah,
I
Pete
mean,
Carroll.
well, that's why they're second. That's why they're second.
yeah.
to beat that streak.
But you know what's crazy? They're so let's say for instance, if we went, let's say we would have won a playoff game, right? The Raiders are next in line for the longest team without a playoff win.
Longest drought, yes.
Yeah,
because now
they're
they're
behind us.
Well, yeah,
remember,
but
they
no, as far as
went to the
playoff
Super
drought,
Bowl.
we're number
When was
one.
their last
They
one?
went
Was
to the
that when
Super
were in
Bowl.
the
They went to the
Bowl?
Super Bowl in 2002. Remember
That was their last. That was their last playoff appearance.
Yeah, but we have the longest drought out of anybody now, out of all the professional sports now, as far as longest playoff drought, playoff win.
That's crazy.
We went past the hockey and the baseball team with the longest drought now.
Yeah, because the Mariners finally made the playoffs.
All because it used to be Detroit that was ahead of us, but when they won last year, that we leapfrogged them.
And check this out. I don't know about the Bears, but I know for a fact that the Dolphins haven't won a game in 2 decades. In the last 2 decades. This is just the last decade.
Just was decade, right? Yeah. Right. Right. Yep. The last 2 decades, yeah.
They got
See, the Bears. It's crazy because the Bears, Jets, and Raiders all won within the last 2 decades. A playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's so sad about that list right there. Oh, we joined them. We joined the list. Well, those other 3 teams are not even on when it comes. If you go further back, 20 years. Yeah. It's crazy. Because the Raiders won, remember, because that's how they end up losing the Tuck game, which was about right at the 20+ year mark. And they won another playoff game, I think, after that, too. And the Bears, of course, they
the Bears have won recently.
And look at this. The last
they did. They won the Super Bowl. They was in the Super Bowl. They won the conference.
Goddamn.
Wait a minute. Damn.
The iPhone wasn't invented the last time we won.
Agree.
Anunnaki was still here.
Yeah, we didn't have the iPhones. Matter of fact, crack wasn't even invented.
Oh my goodness, crypto.
Dang.
Shout out to Von Joe. Von Joe always bring that up. He said we predated crack when we won them Super Bowl.
Goddamn.
Damn, Von Joe. Damn.
That's fucked up.
Damn.
By the way, I also saw
Now
this.
we predating fentanyl.
Here's another list
Yeah.
that I saw. That's pretty cool.
Bring up the next
The
one.
top 10 players, greatest players in history without a ring.
Yeah, Dan Marino's definitely top.
Marino's number one.
Barry
Yep,
Sanders,
I agree
Randy
with that.
Moss,
Barry Sanders.
Tony Gonzalez,
Wow. They need
J.J.
Thomason,
Watt,
J.J.
I got-
Watt.
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald almost had his. He was one catch away in the end zone from getting
I
his.
got Larry Fitzgerald a little higher than
Peterson.
that. But Randy Moss definitely
No,
up
Anthony
there.
Munoz and Bruce Smith. Yeah, those are
And
tops.
then the quarterback of the Bills.
What?
You're talking about Jim Kelly.
Yeah.
Hey, don't Megatron too. Megatron.
They all go together collectively with
Jim
Bruce Smith
Kelly not on top 10? That's insane.
because Bruce Smith was the anchor of that defense.
I don't even know who Anthony Muniz is. My bad, but I
He's
don't
a
even know
guard.
who that is.
He's one of the
He's one of the best tackles. It's a Hall of Fame tackle for Cincinnati.
He
He's
went to 4
one of
straight
the best
Super
tackles.
Bowls. Jim Kelly went to 4 straight Super Bowls. He can't be on. How is he not on the top 10? That's blasphemy.
Yeah. Because you're talking about great players, he was not considered this. He was good, but not considered. He wasn't really considered great, even in that time.
That's insane.
But Bruce Smith was considered great.
Disrespectful
Yeah.
ass. He's
That's
probably like number 11.
That's why I used to hate playing the Buffalo Bills back there because of
Yeah,
Bruce Smith on that defense. Oh my gosh, I hate playing Buffalo.
Yeah, that was good.
No,
Kelly
no
was back
way,
to
man.
Phillip
Rivers.
Phillip
Kelly was
Rivers
back to-
made it to the playoffs like one time.
No, he made it. No, he made it more than that.
No.
Yeah, but they
Oh,
never.
it's more than that.
They
Yeah.
only made it.
They just
they
never
only
won.
How many wins did they have though with him? Like 1 or 2?
But they made the playoffs multiple times.
They made him. Yeah. Yeah, they did. They made the playoffs.
They
some
never
times.
win anywhere though.
Right, but he could be on that list, Phillip Rivers.
Maybe like 15, top 15.
There's a lot of good players that was exiled.
Yeah, you gonna
Super
like?
Bowls. There you go.
He was 5-7 in the playoffs.
Who,
Okay.
Phillip Rivers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he went multiple times. He seen. Well, there you go. They tell you he went 12 times at least because he's 5-7. You know. So, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he won. I mean, 5 is actually think about the total
I mean,
wins
lists
because
like this though.
you're one
are
and done.
because
given
there's
that
so
the
many good
playoff
players.
format is one and done, it doesn't matter.
Like there's
you
so
know.
many good players that this list is kind of hard to make just a 10. It's just
I know. That's why I brought it up. Listen, somebody
It's too
made
hard,
it
like,
already, so I just brought
you
it
know
up.
when they
I
talk
agree
about
with
greatest
number 1.
players this, greatest players that. It's hard to just put them all in top 10. It's just
I mean, you can. I mean, you got to
but I
get
don't
just
know.
the
I don't-
people to do it. It's always going to be subjective anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah, 'cause that's a lot of players.
It's all based on
True.
who you
Huge
think's a
amount
good
of-
player or not.
I think this just proves the fact that teams is what it's all about. The greatest teams, not the greatest player. Because you look at these players,
Yeah.
these are all gold jacket guys, in my opinion. And
All
the
of them,
fact-
every
Every
I think,
single-
if I recall, every single one of them have a gold jacket.
I don't think. I don't think
JJ
J.J.
Watt, I
Watt
don't think
does
has
right
his
now,
yet.
but-
I don't think he has his yet.
Not yet.
No,
But
Adrian
Fitzgerald,
Peterson.
Tomlinson, all of them do.
Adrian Peterson just retired recently. Larry Fitzgerald.
so it'll be
does he have
Watts.
his yet? I don't think he does. But you could
Yeah.
argue that they deserve it, though. That's the point. You could argue
Yeah.
that each one of these persons deserves their gold jacket, no
I
matter
mean,
what.
Larry Fitzgerald was one of the most loyal players in the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
know.
in
if
the
So
Fitzgerald-
it will be them 3 then.
In, like,
LT's
the
got
history of
one.
the NFL.
I think it's just them 3, Ali. Just them 3.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But if you go back and think about it in another sport, baseball, right? The Yankees used to buy every single top player in the entire league. Didn't matter. They spent the money, right? And they still didn't win the series after try after try. It's because they don't necessarily build the best team. You can
They
have
just buy players.
team of all the greatest players. It doesn't work. Look at Miami. We have Tyreek Hill on this team. We had Teron
Don't get me
Armstead.
started.
We had all these players, and we thought we had the best put together team ever. It doesn't always pan out. Sometimes it does take lesser talent to put the best team forward. And that's just my opinion.
No, you're not
Can we
wrong.
say
That's
the same
not,
thing for the Cleveland Browns when they had all them players built up over there, including our former wide receiver?
Well, even then,
Oh, you talking about for the Brown? Wait, say that again, Mr. Pope.
he was talking about when they had Odell and when they had Baker Mayfield and who's our former
Jarvis
receiver?
Landry.
Yeah, Landry.
Jarvis.
Yeah, Jarvis Landry. Yeah.
That team, I don't know. The Cleveland's it as if you. I know it's a cliche. Are you going to Cleveland it because they always take swings and they miss, unfortunately. Right. I want to say the best teams that they've ever put together was in the late 80s, early 90s. I want to say when do you remember like they couldn't beat the Broncos in back-to-back years, and it was who was it? Ernest Briner, I think. Is that who I'm thinking of? That screwed it up big time for them. That was the best Browns team I had seen in a while. You know, I mean, on paper they looked great in Cleveland, but I don't think they were the best team.
Say that again, Ali.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. What I was saying is that I want to say it was the late 80s, early 90s that the Browns back-to-back seasons had an issue where they fumbled the ball on the 1 yard line against the Broncos, right? I want to say it was Ernest Briner, I think his name is. You know who I'm talking about.
The other guy was Kevin Mack.
Kevin Mack was the other guy, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So that happened in back-to-back season. That team, that Browns team, was the most competitive Browns team I have seen in my lifetime.
I thought they was gonna win the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah. And the teams that we see now, like the most recent one was with Odell, Jarvis Landry, Baker Mayfield, and company. That was a good team on paper, but that's just like the Miami Dolphins. We got Tyreek Hill, we have Waddle, we have Teron Armstead, we have these running backs and everything. It looks great on paper, but they haven't done shit. I could argue that Browns team got much further and did more shit than we've ever done since I have been alive, except for the couple times that Dan Marino made a run for sure. But I will say in the last 20 years, that Browns team was much better. So ultimately, we can have all the greatest players in the world. I still don't think it makes the best team.
Yeah.
Right, Ali.
So
excuse me. I think it only comes down to chemistry.
What did
That's
you
what I
say
preach all the time.
You wanted to grade the QB rooms?
Yeah, let's just give me a minute. Yeah, because I'm waiting for my phone charge so I can look up the teams real quick. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up real quick. And yeah,
so I can look at. I have my phone. I have a phone in front of me. I can use. What do you look up? AFC QB.
No, I got.
Just go to the rosters.
Okay.
All right. So we'll start with obviously with the AFC East division, right? We'll start with our QB room. We have Tua and Zach Wilson. One of the parameters I'm using is if our starting quarterback. All right, let's start off with the backup. If our starting quarterback was to go down, or Miami Dolphins, how many games do you think he's and let's say he was to miss 5 games, how many games do you think he's good for in this team?
Could be 2 to 3.
Hold on, ask that question again.
Depends on part of his schedule.
So,
you know,
if the Miami Dolphins was to if Tua was to be injured for 5 games, how many games will Zach Wilson get you out of 5?
3 and 2.
T.F.T.G says 2 to 3.
I'm going with Tong 3 and 2. He'll get you 3 games for sure.
I'm gonna say 2. No, I'm gonna say 3. Okay. Depends on what part of the season.
Yeah, it definitely depends. That you're absolutely right about that.
Well, yeah.
But given the opponents, I would argue that I could see Zach Wilson beating the Jets. You know, that is, especially if they don't have a quarterback still. I mean, they have Justin Fields there, but
they're not going to be.
We don't know if it's going to work yet. So I'm based on what we saw last year. I'm gonna say I could see Zach Wilson beating the Jets. He'd want the revenge game for sure. Who else do we play outside of Washington Commanders and the Bills? Who else do we play?
I mean, we might not play a division opponent those 5 games, you know.
Right? You know. Maybe he might have to face the Ravens. Exactly, he might have to face Cincinnati.
You're right. That's why I'm asking who else we play.
5.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I was asking who we play. So because that deciphers it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like for instance, look, Buffalo. Buffalo, they have obviously Josh Allen by himself, boosts up the QB room, but he has Mitch Trubisky. Now, Buffalo was to leave had 5 games with just Mitch Trubisky. How many games would you think they would win? They have Mitch Trubisky.
Probably win 1 or 2 games. I think Trubisky.
And they have Bushell Shane.
What team?
The Buffalo Bills. Mitch Trubisky is their backup quarterback.
1 and 4.
No, because their team. That will be like saying that our team depth is better than theirs collectively. When
I don't have much faith in Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, but I think they would. I think they would. I think they would run the ball. Remember, they have opponent running attack, and the defense.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They could probably go right above 500, 3 and 2, or 2 and 3. Because their defense could probably be good enough to win some games. I mean, help them win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not going to win all of them. I'm sure they know. I think they can go 500 or slightly above 500 with Trubisky. It's not like Trubisky hadn't won NFL games at the NFL level. He's won football games. He's one of the other quarterbacks that threw 6 touchdown passes in a game. As much as you like to say Tua did it. Mr. Trubisky is the other quarterback that thrown 6 touchdowns in the game.
Yeah, to be fair, I want to say Trubisky threw touchdowns against us for the Bills. I think he did.
1 and 4.
Right.
I'll go 4 and 1 then.
Yeah, I'll go 3 and 2. This is a guesstimation, by the way. It's not exact science.
Look, okay, so it depends on who we have to play, but let's go down the opponent. I have the opponent list, right? Let's go one at a time and see if you think Zach Wilson can beat these teams. The Atlanta Falcons, I'm going to say no.
Yes.
Right. Bills, I don't think he could beat.
He's beat them before.
Though I will say he has a better record against the Bills than Tua does. Just to point that out.
Yep.
So,
yep. So he may be going 500 against them.
Yeah.
Another team.
It doesn't matter if he's on another team. Technically, if you really look at it, our team's a little bit more talented than that team he was on. Just going to point that out.
Right.
Offensively, at least. Offensively, at least.
On the offensive side, yes, I agree. I agree with that. Then look at Carolina Panthers. I'm going to say he can beat the Panthers.
Yes.
Right now. Right now, I think he can.
I'm
Cleveland
gonna say
Browns.
asterisk.
If they get Kirk Cousins, I don't know. If they don't have a quarterback, then I'm going to say yes.
Right. Yeah. If they don't have a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
They trot out Dorian DTR.
Yeah. They already traded DTR. They traded him away, so they don't have anybody. They have Kenny Pickett. That's all they have. The Colts. I kind of think we can beat them.
Maybe.
They don't have anybody except Anthony Richardson right now.
Yeah.
So, Buffalo Bills. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we could go 500, but I'm going to say no to the Buffalo Bills still. Okay. New England. That's a tough one. It depends what New England team shows up. Does Vrabel have them already going?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. So you're going to go with that. All right. So we have.
No, I don't think he beats New England.
Okay. So we have the Panthers, we have the Browns, and we have the Colts. We have 3 games so far, right? Mm-hmm. Jets. Do you guys really think he can beat the Jets or no?
Mm-hmm.
He could split with them if he had to play him twice.
I'm going to say he can split, so I'll give him the win for that 4. Okay. Baltimore Ravens, no.
Hell no.
Cincinnati, no. If the Saints draft a quarterback, I'm 50-50, but I think that he can beat the Saints. I think he can.
Who was the team you said before that?
Cincinnati, he ain't beating them. I'm sorry.
No.
He got to put up 40.
Hey, spoiler alert, he's not beating the Pittsburgh Steelers either.
Well, yeah, that's true, but it also depends on when the season starts. However, if they don't sign Rodgers and they don't draft somebody, that might be a 50-50 game. Just going to point that out. Let's see. Tampa Bay
got good defense.
I'm going to say no. I don't think
Pittsburgh wins with no quarterback. So
exactly. So that's one team is guaranteed in NFL. Having a quarterback is not a requirement to win regular season games.
That is
true. They've done it time and time again.
That is true.
That is the only team I know in football that consistently win without a top flight quarterback.
So I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that the rest of the games, because it's Tampa, the Chargers, Commanders, New England, the Jets, and Pittsburgh are the last remaining games. I don't think he's going to win any of those, to be honest. Maybe he might be able to pull off a win against New England, but I think it's a split at the very most, right? So I'll give him that game. So these are the games we gave him. We gave him Carolina, the Browns, the Colts, right? We split with the Jets. So that's 4 games right there. And then I gave him the Saints. That's 5 games. So he can win those 5 games for you, depending on what order we play these teams in. So
it's all the luck of the draw when it comes to.
Yeah, but the rest of the games, I don't know if he can do any. So if Tua gives us 5 games, 5 wins, and he gives us 5 wins, that's 10 wins right there. I don't have the faith it's going to happen. That's all.
We're doomed.
I'll tell you what, since Teron Armstead officially retired now, and congratulations.
Which means Tua's going to strategically have a fractured fibula, knee, sprained ankle. You're going to have these mysterious injuries where he's going to just check out.
But this is what I wanted to say, Crypto. I honestly think, after the Calais Campbell thing, I think they told Teron Armstead that they're not in it to win it. They're going to go into a rebuild or retool mode. Yeah. And I think that's how he made his final decision. Because why did he have to decide to? I think if he's going to go ahead
right before the draft, right?
Yeah, and the other part of it is like why did he even restructure his contract? I honestly think there was a point where he thought maybe they would be in it to win it for a little bit. You know what I mean? But it didn't pan out the way they wanted to. So I'm going to go out and say that I think that they are officially in a rebuild, retool mode. Mm-hmm.
He got Class Camels had the inside scoop. He said, "I'm going to Carolina. I'm going to go to the Cardinals. The division is in the shake-up mode. I might go win the division title out there."
Hey,
But, yeah.
shout out to the number 1 2 in there in the building. My man CCRR. What's up? Embrace the tank.
Yep.
Hey, look at his avatar. He's got McDaniel kissing Tua on the head.
What?
Look at the avatar.
Oh, kissing Tua.
Yeah, that was number.
That was what True Talk was saying.
Oh, that
Did you guys already talk about
Daniel's kissing
Tua hanging
Tua.
out with Jelly Roll?
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Tua. There's a
Hanging out with
photo.
who? Hold on.
El Cap
Said it.
shared it, I believe, but there's pictures of Tua hanging out with Jelly Roll and everything, which was kind of cool. But I was kind of cracking jokes. I was like, "Hey, what is Tua's hanging out with Jelly Roll, eating Jelly Rolls?"
Mm.
Yeah.
I was kidding, though. I was kidding. But again, more videos of him out partying and hanging out and whatnot, and not working out. So it is what it is.
He said, "Screw the workout, being a workout warrior."
Well, I think
You
he
guys are
knows
gonna
the
kill
tank
me.
is in, so I think he doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know?
The tank is in, baby. The
He's
tank
embracing
is
his
in.
dad bod.
Maybe.
No, that's his yacht bod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, Tom. That's funny. as heck. I never thought of it that way.
His yacht bod. Yeah. Yeah, that is a yacht bod. No doubt.
I will say though, in the photo videos I've seen of him, he doesn't look like he's put on the weight that we thought he was going to.
Retirement bod.
You mean from last year?
Yeah, he doesn't look any different.
No, they said it was 20 pounds.
Just 20 pounds?
Yeah, that he added to keep him on, to keep him
20
getting
pounds of
concussions.
straight girth,
But
baby.
then they say he trimmed back down, and then that's when the injuries happened. So he's going to take up ballet dancing to kind of get his fluidity back this off season.
Yeah.
But Shake, what was the so what team? What will you? We went through the Jets yet? Quarterback room.
Mm.
They got all running quarterbacks.
Yeah, pretty much. Who do you think is going to be the starter there? That's the. I'm looking at the depth. Look, this is the depth.
I'm gonna say
I don't know how
Fields.
official this is going to be, but
I'm gonna say Fields gonna beat them all out.
Yeah, it is going to be Justin Fields. Look.
Who do they have on their team?
So check this out. They basically reunited all the Ohio State players because they got Justin Fields, right? Mm-hmm. They went and got they already had Garrett Wilson, which was Justin Fields' number one target in college. Right. And then they went and got the tight end and an offensive lineman from Ohio State that was there with him. So
That's basically they're like the New York Buckeyes.
Yeah.
So
they're basically the New York Buckeyes.
By the way, here it is. Yeah, Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor, and Jordan Travis.
Mm-hmm. And Jordan Travis with Florida State.
Look, if Justin Fields is going to have a breakout season, it's going to be this year because there's no better team that he's been with.
So it's Ali's team that they came from. So they're the New York Allies.
You're too funny, bro. You're too funny.
Yeah.
I ain't rooting for
That's
him.
gonna be an interesting team. Everybody's talking about the Patriots.
They got their own fucking cabal.
You can't sleep on the Jets because what if they hire somebody from Ohio State's coaching staff to be on that team? That'd be them trying to create the Ohio State Buckeyes at the NFL level. I'm just saying.
I mean, the Ohio State Buckeyes have been doing good the past couple seasons, so ain't nobody pissed off about that.
I'm saying, but they also was doing good when Justin Fields actually played for them. They was in the national title game. They lost in the national title game in Miami to Mac Jones and the Bama boys. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's who Justin Fields played in the national title game. Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, baby.
But yeah, that'd be crazy. Wouldn't it be crazy if them two teams played each other in the Super Bowl?
What?
The Jets played against the freaking whoever Mac Jones at.
Crypto.
Jacksonville.
Crypto.
Yeah.
You said it'd be funny if they got Ohio State coaches at the Jets, right?
Yeah.
Well, they do.
What did I tell you?
Really? They do? They actually do? I'm just saying there's a trend going on.
I mean,
you
but
know me, I always recognize trends
honestly,
and patterns.
I think that's a very good strategy. If you have...
You know me, Ali, I always do that. I'm always on top of trends.
I mean, that's a good strategy, though.
I'm actually trying to find... someone told me they do. I'm trying
You know
to find
what?
out
How
who it
about
is.
this, Ali? How about this, Ali? They need to hire Jim Tressel. Go ahead and hire Jim Tressel then. Jets, go ahead and hire Jim Tressel.
Jim Tressel's getting into politics. He's about to be the governor of Ohio soon.
What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's the lieutenant governor right now, and they say once the new election comes, he's gonna be the new governor.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What is he? Is he a Democrat?
No. Well, Ohio is a red state, bro.
I don't know. I don't fucking know. I didn't, but I didn't take him. I didn't know what I took him.
Not
I
a
didn't
lieutenant
know.
But they can have two different
or
party
anything.
governors or and lieutenant governor, but I don't think Ohio's like that though. I think it's all one party.
To be 100% honest though, as much as Ohio is a red state, they do vote split in certain
They
positions.
do split the tickets, yeah.
Yeah, because like
one senator will be from one party and another senator.
Yeah,
the other senator be from another party. Yeah,
I'll give you.
Sometimes they have done that, Ali. Yeah,
a lot of their population split the ticket. Now I'll tell you why. Because like for example, you know, most of my mom's side of the family were Democrats, and they voted for a Republican governor at the time. To give
like
you an
Kasich,
example.
Right?
It wasn't Kasich. It was prior to Kasich. But yeah, they will. Democrats will vote Republican for certain positions. They will.
Certain positions. Yep.
Yeah.
They split. They do it like Pennsylvania do that too. In some parts, some races.
Not trying to bring politics to the show, but just being honest.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Ohio does do that split ticketing.
And I just confirmed Jim Tressel's actually a Republican, just so you know.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
I
and
like
you say
him.
He's the current lieutenant governor? You say he's the current
lieutenant? Yeah, lieutenant governor. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he is. Okay, so
he's not afraid to do what it takes. Hey, let's just say he's not afraid to do what it takes to get the job done.
It's true.
Well, yeah, he's out of football then. He ain't gonna what you call it.
Yeah.
If he's gonna go political, he's probably not gonna do anything much with football because the what you call guy got in trouble out there. The house guy who was in the football, college football, that whole deal. Now he's Ohio guy, right? Jim Jordan.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I think he's Ohio, Pennsylvania. Keep slipping my mind. No, I think it's Pennsylvania.
By the way, I'm not trolling. What happened with the Devils? Duke.
Oh,
I'm not. Like I said, I'm not trolling. I'm not saying this is a brand. I didn't watch the game, so I'm sure you did watch it, Ali. What happened?
Oh, Ali's mic is silent, so
I'm sure he's probably talking to somebody he probably has family in the background or something like that. But anyway,
no, it's okay. I know they lost. I'm not. It is what it is, bro.
I'm not saying as a dig. I'm just genuinely, you know what I'm saying?
It sucks, but I'm not gonna go cry about it. You know what I mean?
Me neither.
Woman,
I'll tell you
Like,
what.
for instance, if Florida lost,
What
I wanted to be like, oh fuck it, man. No,
Did Florida lose?
No, we
Hell
won.
no, Florida didn't lose.
Okay. Well, I'm rooting for Florida because that's the team that I like that's left. But I'll tell you what though, right? Shout out to all the teams that made the Final Four or even the Final 8 or the Sweet 16. To get there and then get as far as you do. It's shout out to all those players. It is definitely a feat. I will say that. So shout out to all of them. One thing I love about March Madness, you never know what's going to happen. That's one thing I love about March
unpredictability of it.
Madness.
The one and done format is always bringing them.
That's why I wish the
excitement to
NBA would adopt that format, because you can imagine there have been a lot of teams that won championships that have not won a championship.
I mean, they kind of do. They did it with. LeBron James kind of started that.
Oh, the play-in you're talking about?
No, he said one and done.
I'm talking about one and done for NBA.
NBA.
For NBA.
They did do that. The fucking Golden State did that with Kevin Durant.
What are you talking about?
No, what are you talking about?
So
the one and done format is what Shake is talking about.
He's talking about a playoff game where if you lose, you're out. There's no
There's no game 2.
I'm sorry.
Right. You got to wait. Game 2 is the following year. That's when that happens in the one and done format.
I thought you meant one and done like when Kentucky won with Anthony Davis.
You're talking about a player,
like
a rookie season winning and then moving on. Yeah. I've seen a lot of players do that.
Right. But as far as the actual format, you winning playoffs, that'll bring excitement. Definitely in NBA if they experiment with it just to see what it will be like, because you have like the 8th seed just win the first game. They just eliminated the first seed and they're done for the whole year. Oh boy, there'd be some heated people. But I'm like, hey, you should have put all your energy in that one game, knowing that you.
But they would have to put the whole NBA. They'd have to put the whole NBA in to do a one and done.
Fine, do it. Then just play for ranking. Have the regular season honestly, be based on what you rank.
That would actually kind of be cool because.
Everybody makes the playoffs. All 32 teams.
That would be
just rank it. Whoever has the best record, you base your seeding will be based on record alone.
Yeah, so you could play the 16th team if you're the number 1 seed.
Right.
Look, the NBA
exactly. That's how they do it. That's how I would do it.
Fucking crazy.
If the NBA is going to adopt a March Madness style playoff, they need to hurry up and bring back the Seattle Sonics, bro, because if the Lakers don't make it, I want another team to root for, and that's going to be the Seattle Sonics for me. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Why the Sonics?
That's the team that I've been begging for them to bring back, just because
Sonics.
It's the Sonics, bro. And to be 100% honest, real quick, I'm sorry, the 100% honest, I can when I played NBA Jam. If I wasn't the Lakers, I was the Sonics every time.
Dude, I've never heard you talk about the Sonics before.
I talk about the Sonics a lot, just in spaces on Twitter, just not here.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't follow you. I don't go on Twitter, so I've never.
I really want them to bring back the Sonics.
That's interesting that I didn't know you were a fan of them like that.
Listen, I'm a diehard Laker fan, but if I find another team that I like that I want to root for,
why are you a
Sonics? What?
Oh man, this is why you're on this with this, because you're kind of like me, you like teams all over the place.
Yeah, the reason I'm a Laker fan.
Fun fact: the Lakers beat the Supersonic on Ice Cube's good day.
Yeah.
No, we're supposed to. I mean, we're supposed
to.
So we got cleared. Seattle.
Wait, what was that song? Say that again.
Seattle got cleared to get a team. They're just fucking blaming it on all that stupid ass. It was the rights and no, it was the television contracts and But that was like 2 years ago. They were talking about that.
Yeah. I'm not sure
And
what's
it
going
still
on.
hasn't happened. It's because freaking Adam Silver is taking his fucking time.
Yeah.
Adam
Well,
Silverhead.
it
He's
is
more
what
worried
it
about
is.
the fucking playing. He's more worried about the fucking
Adam
in-season
Silverhawk.
tournament
He's a Silverhawk.
and expanding the NBA instead of bringing a team back to Seattle like we should have already had now. We should have already had a team by now.
Yep.
He's dragging his ass.
I agree.
But I don't know what other team they're gonna add, because you can't. I don't think you can just add one team. You have to add two.
Yeah, it has to be balanced.
So I don't know what other. I think I want to say they said Vancouver, Canada. But I'm not sure what the other team that they were considering.
Who's the team in St. Louis?
There isn't one.
Might be. St. Louis is an awesome sports town, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know, because from what I heard, it was two teams out in the West, and I'm like, well, how can you add two to the West unless you're going to move a team to the East from the West?
Sean Kemp, Gary Payton.
Yep, that was some of the best years Seattle
And
had.
and then they had. Imagine if Seattle would have stayed there. Like, I wonder if like Kevin Durant and Russell Wilson and them could have won a championship, because they had Serge Ibaka.
That's right, they did.
Serge Ibaka was one of the baddest defenders to ever play.
Serge Ibaka, yeah.
He's badass, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty good. See that the Supersonics are the Thunder. That's who they are.
I don't know. Yeah, right. Yes. Yeah, that's the team. Yeah, they just.
Yeah.
I don't know who else they said. I
Thunder.
think that might be one of the reasons it's still being held up, because they haven't figured out another team.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Maybe Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas got a hockey team. They got a football team.
Vancouver moved to Memphis.
It might be Las Vegas.
That's who Vancouver is. They moved to Memphis.
Who knows? Toronto might leave.
Yeah, that's why they're the Grizzlies.
Yeah, right. They moved from Vancouver.
So it might.
And they were an 8 seed that beat the number 1 seed too.
And that's why the Lakers are the Lakers, because they were from Minnesota or something like that.
Yeah, from Minnesota.
That's what all the lakes are.
Because of the land of 10,000 lakes. Yeah, the most lakes.
Yeah, just like New Orleans,
Cali
like the
doesn't
Jazz.
even know what a lake is. They don't even have water, because
like for
one
instance,
person owns half the water.
Utah Jazz was in New Orleans.
Those are New Orleans Jazz, right?
Yeah.
Yep, and they just kept the name.
I mean, hopefully, maybe in 2 seasons, because it's obviously they would have already announced it if it was going to be this coming season. I would imagine. I don't know. Maybe next year.
Right.
Let me actually see if there's anything that's been written about it.
I haven't heard anything about another team.
The Bullets.
The
Remember
Bullets?
the Washington Bullets?
Yeah.
Now they're the Washington Grand Wizards.
Oh my god, bro, that's so bad.
The Grand Wiz? No, dude. Oh,
that's horrible, bro. That's
the
horrible.
Grand Wizards.
I didn't get it at first, but then I got it. And I'm like, oh my god.
What's going on with the Redskins? So they're bringing the name back and they're getting the logo back on the helmet.
They're not doing that no more.
They already shot it down.
They're not doing it no more. Yeah, they're gonna keep the Commander's name.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. People are pissed about it.
It's not. Yeah.
The original
No,
name,
there was more support, especially from Native Americans, that they wanted that on there.
So Gary Payton
changed
3 days ago that he believes the Seattle Sonics will return to the NBA.
Yes, they will.
The former point guard.
Yeah. Also, the issue that the NBA has right now, And the reason they haven't brought the Seattle Sonics back yet is being argued that it has to do with the profits and the lack of viewership the NBA has right now. That's
exactly. What did I just say? I just said that.
Yeah.
I just said Adam Silver's dragging his ass.
Yep, I agree.
Because he cares about the stupid fucking in-season tournament and the stupid freaking I mean, they're not necessarily stupid, but he has more interest in that shit in trying to expand the NBA to other countries instead of just making it work here as a fucking globalist.
No.
It's stupid. I just said that, and I didn't even do my research the way you did. I just pay attention.
Oh yeah,
not that y'all aren't. I'm just saying. I'm not. I'm just saying. Like, look at what you immediately found about it.
That was all. That was an article written 1 day ago, and Gary Payton made his comments 3 days ago.
That's crazy.
Yep.
He's more worried about Ja Morant.
He's more about the
guy who
who
broke the hearts of the Miami Heat. Yeah.
Right. Right, Crypto. He's more worried about the offensive line than we are.
I don't know. Man. He just I don't really think he's done that good as a commissioner.
I don't know. I kind of liked the in-season tournament. I kind of liked it, to be honest.
Yeah, but I feel that the last commissioner would have had this done by now with Seattle.
Who was the last commissioner?
David Stern.
AKA
David Stern.
Yeah,
David Stern.
And freaking Tony Kornheiser, PTI, who I named my show after, he says it all the time. We don't have a living, breathing commissioner of the NBA. He says he's been saying that for so many years.
So real quick, guys, let's pivot over to all right. Now that we're talking about basketball, I just want to show a quick, how we do non-topic memes, whatever. Being that it is Sunday morning, right? I thought.
What?
Easy like Sunday morning.
Is that a song he
has?
That's
Lionel Richie, morning? Isn't it?
Yeah, Lionel Richie. But you know that's Easy E.
I know he's Lionel Richie dressed up as Easy. I get it.
Oh, because Lionel Richie has that song Easy. Like, all right, I get it now.
All right. Hey, listen. I saw this on the internet as well today.
It looked legit though. Show that picture.
It did look legit.
It looked legit.
Oh, real quick. Look at this.
Hold on. Without Shaq, without D Wade, without Scotty.
Bro, those are facts. Those are facts.
I don't get it.
You don't get it?
Hold on. All 6 of his rings, Scottie Pippen was there?
Yes. That's the whole point. He needed Scottie Pippen more than anything. And that's why
I didn't remember if he was there for all 6.
Yeah. See, some people make this argument. I don't buy into it, but some people make the argument that Jordan isn't the guy because he needed to have Scottie Pippen. But I don't follow that. I still think he's the GOAT.
Yeah, but it's a team sport.
It is a team sport. You're absolutely right.
So trying to take away from what Jordan did.
But individual like Jordan couldn't affect the game.
There? Why didn't they
more
win
so?
When he wasn't there?
Yeah, it's true.
Like he can affect the game more than one person can in football.
Scottie Pippen when those Bulls when that team was around. I mean, I was super young, but Scottie Pippen was my favorite player.
Man, the teams that Jordan had were ridiculous. He had Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc, Luke Longley, and even Rodman on a team once.
Yeah,
right?
And what's his name? And
that's the one when they had Rodman that year. The first year they had Rodman, they only lost 10 games in a season.
Yeah, but look at the head coach though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Did he have the triangle offense when? That's where he made the triangle offense was with Jordan.
Yes. And
Yeah,
because
they
he
had
took
that.
that to LA after.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Phil Jackson. It wasn't
Phil
really
Jackson's
necessarily
the
Phil
GOAT, bro.
Jackson. It was Tex Winters that did it. That architect of it was the actual architect of it.
But Phil Jackson adopted it.
Just ran it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Look, he's still the GOAT. I don't care what people say. In my opinion, Phil Jackson's one of the best NBA coaches ever.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
agree.
he might be the best because he won. He had the only team to win in New York when he
And
was
then
a
he comes
player.
to LA, wins. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Because he has altogether he has 13 championships or 14.
Something
You know,
ridiculous.
as a player and what's
Yeah,
Phil
as a
Jackson.
player.
Well, he's got 9 as a coach, and he's got
two as a player, 11.
Right, he was a
Yeah,
player
11.
too. I almost forgot.
Yeah.
he got some as a
Fucking
player.
crazy, dude.
That's something you got to remember because even Pat Riley has a ring for being a player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
think he has like 6
the only
or 7
difference, the only
total.
thing that separates them is that Pat Riley has a ring as an executive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He has
isn't
a
that
player
kind of
executive
He has
and
two.
coach.
He has two. No, he has two as an executive.
Who?
Pat Riley.
He has he has 2. Because the third one he won the Heat won 3.
He was a coach
of
at
that
the
team.
time.
He was the coach for Dwayne Wade's first.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
No,
So,
Seattle
yeah,
was
he got him at all 3 levels. He won on all 3 levels.
Seattle is waiting, man. Seattle is waiting for that team. I mean, this city loves its sports. They really, really love their sports.
They do.
Hopefully, we'll get another. What's the team that UFL? Hopefully, we'll get another team soon.
Oh, you guys don't have the Dragons anymore?
No. This is the second season without them.
They kept the team I like. I like the St. Louis Battlehawks. So
Battlehawks.
Yeah, that's the team I follow.
Yeah, they were in the championship last season, I think.
They had a good team. I don't know if they were in the championship, but they had a really good team.
They were in the playoffs. They lost in the playoffs. I think.
Battlehawks is the team that the only
AJ McCarron plays on them.
Well, I don't know if he still does, but I want to say that Battlehawks were the only XFL team that sold out opening day and had over 35,000 people at their stadium.
Yeah. Because it was finally they got a team back.
Yeah, St. Louis wants that football so bad, it's not even funny.
I know. I remember watching the games. St. Louis was always packed.
In fact, if you ever go look at the history of how the Rams moved from St. Louis, their owner basically screwed them.
Yeah, Color talk. I heard the story many times from Color, who was there at the time.
Yeah, but I've talked to people that that are from St. Louis, have been there even during that era. They all tell me like it was so corrupt, it wasn't funny.
Yeah, like I said, Color was there during that era. That's
Yeah.
what he was.
No, I'm talking about even today. They still live there, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, a lot of them are Chiefs fans now, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's all they got.
So, all right, here's the next topic, real quick. Best NBA nicknames ever. You have any? You know any nicknames? Gary Payton had the glove. Was the glove?
Yeah, I remember that. Best.
Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice was G Money.
Splash Brothers.
That's Curry and
Didn't they call
Thompson.
Clyde Drexler Clyde the Glide?
Yes.
Yeah, he had a cool name. He had a cool name. I like that.
The Mailman.
The Mailman is the best. Is the greatest name of all time.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually loved Dr. J's nickname because he, in my opinion, in history, he could slam the ball like no other, bro. I'm sorry. I seen some slams that he threw down. And I'm like, damn. Rubber Band Man Stacy.
Dr. J.
Oh, hey, let's
Yeah,
not forget the
Velma Van,
former
Stacey
Miami
Augman.
Heat.
That's right.
Let's not forget the former Miami Heat player, the Bird. Remember the Bird?
No, Birdman.
Yeah.
Birdman.
Yeah,
Birdman.
yeah. But Larry Bird, yeah, I guess you're right. He that was Larry Bird's name.
Yeah, because he had Free Bird tatted on his neck.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
Dwayne Wade, he was called the Flash. Remember?
The Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
As a matter of fact, that's why
That's why Nene named her dog the Flash. That's how she named her dog.
Mm-mm-mm.
The big ticket. I never heard of these. I know Allen Iverson was the answer.
I never heard of
The Claw
Kevin
either.
Garnett as the big ticket. I never heard of that.
I know.
Yeah, me neither.
What about didn't Anthony Davis have the unibrow or the brow?
Yeah, I want to say you're right, actually.
I thought didn't Dwight Howard have, but I don't know if it was like I don't know if it was Superman.
Well, Shaq was the Diesel, right? They call Shaq Diesel.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure.
Didn't they call Daryl Dawkins Chocolate Thunder? Or am I thinking of a different player? Kyrie's Uncle Drew.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he played that character though.
That's true, but that's what everyone calls him now. Everyone calls him Unc.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different. Well, Unc is it kind of like organically came about. I think.
Yeah.
Well, I just remember when Dwight Howard was at Orlando, specifically like when they went to the finals, it was, he was real big into like Superman.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, there is one that's not on your list. God, what was his name? They made a movie. Pistol Pete.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we said Clyde the Oh, yeah, Grandmama Larry Johnson.
Big Mama?
It was Grandmama.
Why did they call him that?
I have no idea, but he used to dress like an old lady.
The Claw, because he's got big ass hands.
Oh man.
Yeah, I remember him and Alonzo Mourning were teammates at one time, and then they got into a fight, which was one of the funniest fights you'll ever see.
T-Mac.
T-Mac, yeah, that's a good one. Tracy McGrady.
T-Mac.
What about
McGrady.
Dikembe Mutombo's nickname? Do you guys remember what it was?
No.
Mount Mutombo?
Mount Mutombo, yeah.
Yeah.
Mount Mutombo. Mount Mutombo.
Dude, that guy's accent is freaking crazy, man.
But may he rest in peace. He passed away.
Oh.
He did. He was 53, I think.
Didn't
he had like one of the
last year. Last year, I think it was. He passed away.
Who's the dude from Toronto? He got drafted by Toronto. He knew all those insane dunks.
Carter?
Vince Carter, yeah.
Vince Carter.
What was his nickname?
Vince.
Sanity?
No.
Half man, half amazing.
No, Lynn Sanity.
Yeah, Lynn Sanity was the guy that played for the Lakers.
No, that was played for. Yeah, that's the other
Jeremy
guy.
Lin.
Jeremy Lin, right? Yeah.
So what was Vince Carter's nickname?
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look that up.
Half man, half amazing.
That's what it was.
The journey. I mean, he was in the NBA for so long.
Yeah. I think that's what they used to always refer him as.
According to Google, whoever said Vinsanity, I guess somebody at some time called him that. But he also went by Air Canada and half man, half amazing.
Half amazing. Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah.
What was on Denver, the Nuggets? Who's the European guy? They just won a championship.
The Joker.
It's crazy because I was in the military, right? It was this guy. It's like a carbon copy of him.
Bro, I saw a picture.
Literally,
I don't know how accurate this is. I don't know how accurate this is, but I saw a picture of the Joker sitting and having dinner with his brother. That's what the caption said. And his brother was a mountain. You remember the mountain from Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
That's what this guy looked like, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, this guy's big.
All right, and here's the last topic of the day. And again, I like to get everybody's opinion. All-time NFL defenses. Is there anybody that you would change on this? We have Deion Sanders, Rod Woodson, Ronnie Lott, Ed Reed, Lawrence Taylor, Ray Lewis, Mike Singletary, and then Bruce Smith, Aaron Donald, Joe Green, Joe Green, and Reggie White. That's your. You guys, what do you guys think of this defense? And would you replace anybody on this team?
Replacing anybody on that defense?
I'm definitely replacing Rod Woodson with no monogamy. That's for sure.
Yes.
No, I'm keeping Rod Woodson.
Reggie White's my favorite.
I want to say Ed Reed definitely deserves to be there. Ronnie Lott, as much as I love him, ooh, that's a tough one for me.
Actually, I would replace Ronnie Lott with Troy Polamalu.
Yeah.
I will retrace.
I kind of have to agree with you.
Let's see. I'm retracing Ronnie Lott.
Who was better in your opinion, Charles Woodson?
I'm going to go with Dave. I'm going to go with Dave Dorson. There you go.
No, I'm just going to say it right now. They all need to be replaced by the no-name defense.
Yes. No, actually, Crypto is gonna replace Ed Reed because he went to a trash university with Devontae Parker.
Just not at the same time.
I'm saying I'm sticking with Ed Reed because he's a Cane.
Oh, Ed Reed, you can't take Ed Reed off of this list.
You can't legitimately.
You cannot take Ed Reed off of this list.
You know he's not going to replace it, especially with Devontae Parker.
Who? Man.
Yeah, I like this. Finn,
keep that team. That's
Cam
a keeper.
Smith over Dion.
Oh my Lord.
I would maybe so Ndamukong Suh. Would you trade someone for Ndamukong Suh?
No. I don't think he deserves to be on this list.
No, I wouldn't put Sue on there yet. No. Now, if he was with another group of collection of players, you just have to consider it.
No, Bruce Smith definitely be, and Reggie White and Bruce Smith are definitely belong on this.
They're cornerstones. You have to keep both of those.
Yeah.
The linebacker room is perfectly fine. My question is the second safety and maybe the across from Dion, the corner. Like, I like Rod Woodson a lot. I don't know
actually, if believe it or not, I like in his prime, Darrelle Revis Island, man.
No, not for me.
Yeah.
He was top heavy.
It's crazy.
What do you mean top heavy?
It
what does that mean?
It worked really well, but it didn't work really well often.
What are you talking about? He's like one of the best shutdown cornerbacks. As a matter of fact, he did good with New England.
I don't know, bro.
He did not do well with New England.
Yes, he did.
He was injured most of the time. Where did he go? Where he was injured for most of the time. No.
Yeah, and then he went. No, he won a Super Bowl, and then he went back to New York.
Yeah, but I mean, he played with Tom Brady.
Again,
how you gonna
him shutting? Hey, listen, Tom Brady has nothing to do with him shutting down wide receivers.
Yeah. Right. And nothing to do with that.
For me, looking at this, to be 100% honest, I do think Rod Woodson probably has to stay there. Now that I think about it, there's only 2, maybe 3 other guys I would consider.
Champ Bailey is another one.
Champ Bailey, Charles Woodson, either one, right? I liked both of them.
Oh, Warren Sapp is a good one. Damn.
Oh shit.
I still think the guys that are in that position I would still keep here. But another name that you could put in there was a Detroit Lion guy. Oh God, Crypto, what's his name? He had the nickname Night Train, I think.
Night Train. Yeah, he had the number 181.
Richard Lane. Thank you. Richard Lane might be on this list, but I think Rod Woodson, is the right guy because you have Dion number 1 no matter what. But Rod Woodson, I think this is right. The only person I'm questioning is Ronnie Lott. That's the only one. I like Ronnie. I don't know if he was the all-time greatest safety next to Ed Reed, though.
He did really good in San Francisco. Night Train Lane, yep.
Yeah.
He wore number 81. That was his jersey.
Yeah.
For I believe the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, he was a Detroit Lion. You're right. Let's see. Well, according to Fox, they got Ronnie Lott number 1, and then Ed Reed number 2. I think Ed Reed's number 1 in my opinion. So their number 3 and 4 is Paul Krause and Emlyn Tunnell.
So check this out. Darrelle Revis was 4-time first team All-Pro and a member of the 2010 All-Decade team.
Was he a cornerback or a safety?
Yeah, he was a cornerback. They called him Revis Island for a reason.
Yeah, I know.
Seven-time Pro Bowl. And he won the Super Bowl, the New England Patriots. What's up, Liz? How you doing? Brock Marion. What do you think of Brock Marion? I don't think he'll be up. Do you see any Dolphins players that need to be on there? They'll oversee. No, I don't see any Miami Dolphins that would oversee any of these players.
Right.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Oh man. I know. Shout out to Finn's Jersey, New Jersey, man. Appreciate you for tuning in, as always, man. But yeah, man. Any plans y'all doing this weekend?
Spending time with family.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. How about you, Crypto?
So, wait a minute. Say that again. I didn't get you that.
Any plans with you this weekend?
This weekend? No, not really. Just doing a lot of stuff around the house. Backyard work I'm still doing. You know.
Jason Taylor. No, not better than not these. No, I'm sorry. I would take Bruce Smith over and Reggie White over Zach Thomas, and definitely I would take Ray Lewis over Zach Thomas.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they're good players, but shit, as much as I hate Bruce Smith, man, hell, he's. I think it's.
He's like, what'd you say, Jay?
It just sounds like he's sleep. And that's a good thing because he's trash. God damn.
Oh,
what has Lewis got against you, Crypto?
Everything. He apparently he can't deal with the fact that everywhere I grace my presence, the ratings go through the roof. It shoots straight through the roof. He can't. He can't.
You should have been
deal
on the
with that.
panel with TD tonight.
Yeah, I should have came up there, But you were holding down. You was holding it down, so quality went up tenfold.
Yeah, that's why we was late this evening. I was chilling with TD, Lewis, and Tony. Appreciate y'all. I tell you what, man, the Blitz pickup, they're doing big things, man. They're exponentially growing, and I'm proud of the work they're putting in. They're consistently week in, week out, 3 days a week, week in, week out.
Yeah, shout out to them. Definitely.
Yeah, and the 100th show is next week. I think Monday's the 100th show, I think, or Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, I think he said Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday is their 100th show, man.
100 episodes in the books. Yep, that's what's up. It comes and goes quick, man. Oh, you know it, man. Get up there.
Hey, man, I think they're gonna be recruiting. Whatchamacallit?
What?
It's Addict's 50th show. Goddamn.
So they gotta wait. They gotta wait 50 more to get them all caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should. I just had a great idea for.
And technically, I think that's Lewis's 90th show, if I'm not mistaken. Tony's.
Damn.
Right.
What I was gonna say is I have an idea for Blitz Pickup's new thumbnail. When they finally bring back Alex, right? They should the thumbnail instead of being "Where in the world is Waldo" or "Where's Waldo," it should be "Where's Alex," and have like a whole thing of all this craziness going on, and then you see a small, tiny Alex. That would be funny.
There he is, and come up, do a whole book.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Zach was a great linebacker, but short as Rudy. The team.
Brian Urlacher.
Brian Urlacher, yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame too. I think he got in first ballot though.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the reasons why people wanted Zach in, because they had similar numbers.
Y'all missed it. Brian Bosworth.
Yeah, so it is Monday. So Monday will be the 100th episode. I don't know. Hey man, we got your back, bro. Remember us little people when you get up there, man.
Oh yeah.
Ask Bo Jackson. Bo knows. So anyway, we're about to wrap this up. We're about to hit our 2-hour mark. I appreciate everybody
For
for
sure.
tuning in as always, man. This is this has become a good staple in the Finn's tailgate, along with Fourth and 10 University. That's one thing I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be Bullet Bob. I haven't seen that episode, and I'm gonna watch it. He was one of my favorite when he was on with. I remember him and Mike on the Mic were on TD's streams on Wednesday. I forgot what day it was.
Yeah, Bob is awesome. He's gonna end up being a regular on our show, just so you know that.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the next episode. Bullet Bob is in that one as well.
Oh, cool. That's what's up. Yeah, and I tell you what, he knows a lot about the Gators.
Yep. In fact, quick shout out real quick. We are going to be doing some live episodes soon. And we may even have a live debate show where we pin up some Gator fans versus some Hurricane fans and have a debate.
Hey, thanks, Lewis, for bringing that up. This Thursday, Ali is going to be in the blender. We're going to talk draft. Then Tuesday, Mike on the Mic is going to be in the blender, and the Thursday after Mike on the Mic, OJ McDuffie himself is going to be in the blender.
Wow.
Also, real quick, this Tuesday I am doing a Smoke Lounge episode. Deal or no deal, and basically what we're going to be talking about is. Are we buyers? Should we be buyers or sellers? Yeah, so it's gonna be a great week, man. I'm excited. And of course, sometime in May, we got the Blitz pickup. Tony and Lewis. We still got DJ Vince coming in the blender. I got Paris Love coming in the blender. Lisa Fights Cancer. She's coming in the blender. Marino's GOAT. I got some, I got a lot of good guests coming and I'm excited for season 3. I already had one of my best shows, and that's Crypto was the first guest.
There we go. Get it kicked off. Get it going.
Hell yeah. And I still got Nene coming in too, so we'll talk about her.
Nene, Pete, EM, all of them.
EM, Pete. Pete said he was coming on, so after EM. So, yeah, man. So what else is going on? Anything else? When are we getting the new season of TMI, Tonk?
May hopefully in the next couple weeks.
Okay. Hey, just let me know, bro. I'm down to produce, baby.
Yeah, I want to bring it back soon.
Speaking of which, we'll be live all 3 nights of the NFL draft, by the way. 3 days, I should say. I'll be here because I'm off that entire week for that.
Oh, that'll be dope.
Yeah.
Show was great, but crypto was trash. Damn.
Oh, shots fired.
Yeah, okay.
Crypto dodged him though because he was sleeping.
What'd you say? Oh man. But anyway, you all right, Crypto? Well, let's end this now. I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, Lewis, thank you for coming up, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through and once again, man.
Appreciate y'all coming by. Appreciate Mr. Polk coming by.
Oh, when's the next wrestling episode, Shake?
Oh, this Saturday.
This Saturday coming up.
Is it every other Saturday?
Every 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you. I have questions for Winters. That's why I was asking.
Okay, yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 11 o'clock, baby. And we might do another episode of Insomnia, man. So, hey, TD says he's gonna do an episode of Insomnia, a pre-recorded episode. So, be on the lookout for that. So, it's gonna be, yeah, man. This is gonna be one sad off season if you're a Dolphin fan.
Yeah.
Damn.
We're 4 weeks, 3 weeks away, fellas, from Mayhem. We'll be on the clock. We'll be on the clock about a couple of more weekends from now.
Embrace the tank, baby. Fins up.
Embrace the tank. We're tanking.
We're not.
What you say?
Oh, I was going to make a joke about what Crypto says. It doesn't belong to us. The picks don't belong to us.
The pick doesn't belong to us. That's right. That's right, Ali.
My bad. I'm gonna do the ending again. Yes, Big C is gonna be on the Smoke Lounge this Tuesday. Hopefully, he slated if something comes up, whatever. But Big C is gonna be in the blender, Raphael. So I just thought I brought that out there. My bad. Thank you for reminding me. Peace.